So I get a phone call early this morning saying, I'm really concerned about Al's brother. He might be a fraud. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And it's like, well, did he not realize that Philadelphia had lost a bunch of, like, some of their defensive guys who ended up getting paid by other teams?
Right.
Like, that's not the same team, right?
Yeah, and another guy spit on a guy
four
seconds into the game.
That was
ridiculous.
Outrageous.
Yeah,
right.
and that's a massive, like, he's their best player on the defense. Like, you lose Jalen Carter, who the whole game plan was around going away from him. And all of a sudden, if he's out of the game, that's a completely different offensive attack from the Dallas Cowboys.
How do you
what
make
was
that
he claiming
decision?
happened? Did he claim that Dak attempted to spit at him first?
Well, he did. I mean, look, you can see it right here. We're watching on TSN2. Dak did spit on him. He didn't spit on him. He spit towards him down on the ground. What do you mean? That's what happened, and obviously he took exception to it. And there's a big difference between spitting at someone and spitting on someone, which is exactly what Jalen Carter did, and he gets ejected before the first snap of the NFL season. It's absolutely outrageous, and he had to speak to the media afterwards and kind of eat some humble pie, but that was absolutely outrageous, and he is such a big part of that defense. It's a completely different ballgame.
How far away is Dak Prescott from him right there? Like, I just don't know how he assumed. Like, I don't know. Guys spit a lot. You watch hockey players, like, they're spitting constantly. And I don't know. I just couldn't see if, like, Dak was spitting on the ground or.
But, okay, so
I'll tell you what, another thing. He was pretty casual after the game. Like, most guys would have been crapping their pants, being like, I'm so embarrassed. I let the guys down. And he was just like, I got to deal with it, blah, blah, blah. And you spit on a guy, man.
I know, but they won, and he's a star player, so he's like, all right, let's see what's going to happen, a fine or whatever, a suspension. But I look at it, I agree, guys spit so much, it didn't look like Dak might have been spitting, but even if he spit in his direction, you're right, there's a difference between hawking a loogie on a guy's shoe and literally almost hitting him in the chin. Like, that was a pretty high up. Like, that was an intentional loogie. Put it that way. What we call it is Spitgate? Is that what it is?
Spitgate? It's out there. Be the name that's trending right now. Loogie Gate, Spitgate. But
it's a bad look, and I get it. Like, we've seen guys do it before in every sport. It is a real sign of disrespect. That's flat out. What do you think the repercussions are? Is he going to get a game, you think? Will he get just a big fine? Like, what's...
I think spitting on a guy, you almost got... I don't know the games, how they're allocated, but you would think there would be money and some kind of game. I don't know. We'd have to have Luke when we get him on.
Yeah, Luke will be on, obviously. We'll get to the picks. We got another 4-pack of picks to make. We got to own this, Team Hazenbro, and get back on the saddle today, but... I think there's precedents like this has happened before, and there have not been suspensions. It's been fines. I mean, he did it before the first snap of the game. So essentially, he already didn't play an entire game. So you can look at it that way and say he essentially was suspended. He was sent off the field before the first snap. So there's your game. Absolutely, there should be a fine of some kind. But I think I looked in the back, and there was a couple of incidents where this did occur, and it ended up being a fine and not a suspension. So I'd be surprised, I guess, if suspension comes about from this, but certainly a fine.
Yeah, well, it's got to be, like, repercussions have to come for this, but I don't know if you would qualify that as a game just because of the timing of when it happened. If it happened in the third quarter, did they go, okay, well, this game isn't a wash? Like, the season wasn't even 5 seconds old. Like,
it was bizarre timing.
Outrageous.
Like, there was a guy injured, I believe, and that's when this happened, right?
Yeah.
Like, what a bizarre start to the game. It was like, that guy's hurt, and then the best player on defense is out of the game, and it's like, what the hell's going on right now? I think even Jason Kelsey tweeted, he's like, what the hell's going on out there?
Well, all of a sudden you're watching, and there's the injury, and all of a sudden you see a flag, and you hear Jalen Carter, number 98, has been ejected from the game. It's like, what? What exactly just happened right now? And then they show the replay, and you see, hawks a lug right at his chest, and you can't do that. Like, the NFL, they sent out a memo to all the teams this year saying that sportsmanship, essentially, and team and player-to-player respect is something that they're going to be harping on this year. So, there's going to be a lot more of those 15-yard flags for taunting. We saw another one last night. Nolan Smith had, he gets a tackle for loss on a run, and then he gets up, gives him a little flex, walks on him a bit, 15 yards, moved him up, and it's no longer a tackle for loss. And that's exactly, what we saw happen. So I don't know if maybe that could, if there's now different implications because that's what they want to harp on. Could they make an example out of Jaylen Carter and maybe have a suspension for this? But it's just such a stupid thing to do at the start of a game. And it really put them behind the 8 ball right away.